Hello bachcho, welcome back to SM classes. So today we are talking about cramers rule. Which one? Cramers rule. So whatever the basics that we require for the cramers rule, or the question is like that: solve the question, simultaneous equation by using a cramers rule. So for that, we first of all we have to understand what is meant by determinant. See, we have to talk about a determinant, and if the numbers are given in this format, two vertical lines are there, and in between these two vertical lines, if they gives us a number, so that one we call it as a determinant. So in this case, take example, this is the determinant. So there are a, b, c, d. Okay, these are the symbols that we are considered for the determinant. So in this case, if you observe this determinant, so there are two vertical columns are there and two rows are there. So two columns and two rows, so therefore this order of equation which is 2. So that's why they show that this or degree of determinant which is 2. Now, so the second thing that we have to keep in mind, so the degree of determinant is 2. Even we have to think about how to solve this determinant. Clear? Suppose take example, let's take example capital A, which is the determinant which is given to you, and A is nothing but A, B, C and D. These are the 4 values which is given to you. So always keep in mind, so we have to cross multiply. So we have to multiply A into D, and we have to put a minus sign. Always keep in mind here is a minus sign. So minus C into B. So your answer is A into D minus B into C. So likewise we are solving the determinant. In the next page, so there is A which is given to you, N and B, which is the determinant which is given to you, and we have to find out the value for what is A, what is N and what is B by solving this determinant. So first of all, let's see, so for that, to usually to represent a set we are using letters A to Z. Okay, A, B, C, D, just like as a variables. So there is no any conditions to use this as a A or B, determinant A, determinant B, determinant C. Likewise you choose any letter for the determinant. So let's see what is this next question. These are the solve example which is given to you, and we have to find the value of following determinants. So means A is equal to, N is equal to, and B is equal to. Clear? So for that, what we have to do, just take a simply multiplication. So we have to solve it like this. So if you want to solve this determinant, so let's see, this is our question. So we have to solve this question. So therefore determinant A, so determinant A is equal to, determinant A is equal to, what is the target? So multiply 5 to the 5 with a 9 and 7 with the 3. So take a cross multiplication. Now simply put a bracket. So 5 into 9. So write down 5 multiplied by 9. Bracket complete. Now in between these two, always keep in mind we have to put a minus sign. So minus of 3 multiplied by 7. Clear? Next. So A is equal to 5 into 9 minus 3 into 7. So always keep in mind, just we have to put a bracket for the both the case to avoid a confusion. So now 5 nines, just we know the 5 nines are 45 minus 7 3s are 21. So subtract this, so you will get a answer. Clear? So likewise we have to solve this one. So what is the answer for this? So 5 minus 1 4, 4 minus 2 2. So your answer is 24. Similarly, you have to solve, this is a second set and determinant, and this is the third determinant. Already we have solved examples, so let's see what is the answer for these two sets. So first of all, let's see, right now already we solved this example, so your answer is 24. Let's check it once again. So these are the few examples which is already given in your book. So we have to find out the value of a. So for that, first of all, let's see a, which is the determinant which has a value 5 3 7 and 9, and we have to solve this. As per the previous one, what we have to do, so we have to multiply these two numbers. So 5 multiplied by 9, and always we have to keep in mind, in between these two numbers minus sign is there. So now next thing, multiply 7 and 3. So write down like this, 5 into 9 minus 7 into 3. So we know that 5 9s are 45, 7 3s are 21, and minus is there, so take a subtraction of these two numbers. So 45 minus 21, we get a 24, and this is your answer. Now next question is, we have to find the value of n. So for that, the determinant is 8 minus 3 2 4. This is the determinant, and we have to find a value by solving this determinant. So as per the previous case, take a multiply these two numbers minus multiply these two numbers. So minus 8 into 4 minus of minus 3 into 2. So what will happen here, minus 8 into, so therefore 24, so minus as it is, then minus into bracket 3 2s are 6, so we have to write it 3 2s are 6 means minus 6. Okay, so here we have to keep in mind, so minus into minus, it becomes plus, so minus 24 plus 6. Oh shit, sorry. So 32 minus 32 minus of minus plus 6. So we have to write it like this, so 6 plus and minus 32. So ultimately these two different signs are there, so because of, so we have to subtract this number, so 32 minus 6, and we have to write a answer. So actually we have to find out the value. So 32 minus 6, so 6 plus 6 12, carry 2 and 1, so our answer is 26. But this sign, this is a bigger term, so which is a negative, so we have to write a minus. So your answer is minus 26. So next question, so 2 root 3 9 2 3 root 3. Okay, so here we have to solve the determinant, and we have to find out the value of b determinant. So what we have to do, just we multiply this 2 root 3 into 3 root 3 minus 2 into 9. So let's solve this one first. So always keep in mind, 2 root 3 multiplied by 3 root 3. This is your question. So initially we solve this, and then we will move to the next step. So we know that first of all we have to multiply this 2 and this 3. So 2 multiplied by 3 multiplied by root 3 multiplied by root 3. Okay, now let's solve this. So 2 3s are 6 multiplied by root 3 into root 3. We know that root of a into root of a is equal to a. Clear hai? So therefore 6 into root 3 is nothing but 3. Clear hai? So therefore 6 into 3 is 18. So your answer is 18. Means instead of this bracket your answer is 18. Clear hai? Now put a minus sign and multiply this two. 2 nines are 18. Clear hai? So therefore we know that, so 18 minus 18 is equal to 0. So for this case your answer is 0. Clear hai? So likewise we have to solve the determinants. Just write on one example. So if suppose the question is like that, so find the determinant s is equal to 3, 4, 5 and 6. Clear hai? Now what is our target? So we have to solve the determinant and we have to find the value of s. Okay, but we know that s is equal to, so cross multiplication of these two numbers means 3 multiplied by 6. Okay, 3 multiplied by 6. So therefore s is equal to 3 multiplied by 6. Now always we have to put a minus sign in between these two operations, into bracket 4 multiplied by 5. Now let's solve this. 3 3s are 9 minus 5 4s are 20. Clear hai? Now let's subtract these two numbers. So obviously this is a negative one, this is positive one, so we have to subtract this. So because one is negative number and another one is a positive number, so we have to subtract this. So 20 minus 9, 9 10, so answer is 11. So minus 11 is the correct answer for this set. Clear hai? Chalo. Now let's move to the next point, so that we have to focus on it. So now we are actually we are thinking about, we are solving the formula, or we are discussing about the cramers rule. So this is the one of the best example, or this is the best method to solve the simultaneous equation. So this is the scientist, or the Swiss mathematician, the Gabriel Cramer, okay, which is invented this formula, and this method which is explained by the Cramer, and because of that reason this method is known as a Cramer's method. So this method is known as Cramer's method, or we call it as a Cramer's rule. Now let's see what is actually formula and how to solve this formula. So what the Cramer did, so Cramer applied this formula for a equation in a two variable. So let's assume it. So he assumed two equations, one which is a a1x plus b1y is equal to c, and second one which is a a2x plus b2y is equal to c2. Now according to that, so let's see, a1 which is a coefficient of x, b1 which is coefficient of y, and c1 which is a constant in a first equation. Similarly a2 which is a coefficient of x, b2 which is a coefficient of y, and c2 which is a constant for the second equation. Clear hai? So from 1 and 2 we get a values. Okay, so a1 b1 c1, a2 b2 c2. Actually x and y, these are the variables, and these are the values or numerical numbers which we are getting, or which we are putting in that equations. So here we are applying by elimination methods. We are using elimination method to prove this or derive the formula of Cramer's rule. So for that we know that if you want to eliminate the term, so Look into that. So here is a b1y, here is a b2y. So we want to eliminate y. So what is our condition? So 2y minus 2y, then and then our answer is 0. But here the situation is b1. The situation is like that, b1y and b2y. So we can't subtract this. So our target is we want the answer is equal to 0. So for that we have to modify these two equations in a such a way that you will get a b1 b2 and b1 b2 in between these two equations. In first equation also we have to make a changes in a such a way that you will get a coefficient of y is b1 b2, and in a second also we have to modify the equation in a such a way that you will get a coefficient is equal to b1 b2, and then so b1 b2 minus b1 b2, your answer is equal to 0. So for that, so let's look into that. So here is a b1y and here is b2y. So what we have to do? So multiply first equation. So multiply first equation by b2 and multiply second equation by b1. Okay, so what will happen? So here b1 a1, b2 a2, b1 a1, b1 b2, and we get a b2 c2. So this is a third equation we get after the modification. Let's look in. So here what we did, multiply the equation 1 by b2. So after this multiplication we get a a1 b2, b1 b2, and c1 b2. So this is a coefficient of x, this is a coefficient of y, and this term we called as a constant. Similarly, as per the previous case, we want b1 b2 in this equation also. We want b1 b2 in this equation, but already we have here b2. So multiply second equation by b1. Clear? So that's why we multiply this equation by b1. Now simplify this again. Just see, take example. If you are multiplying to the right side, then we have to multiply by a same number to the left side. Okay, just take example of shoes. Okay, we are using both the shoes at the time, left also and right also. So we have to apply, or we have to perform all the operations, whatever the operations we did in our left side, we have to perform same operation to the right side. So similarly, multiply this by b1. So we get a2 b1, b2 b1, and c2 b1. Okay, so now let's assume it this is the third one and this is fourth one. We get these two equations after a modification. Now let's see, here is a coefficient of y is a b1 b2, and here is a coefficient of y which is also b1 b2, and look into the signs. So here is also plus, here is also plus, means, so if you simply subtracted this equation to eliminate y, what we have to do? Subtract equation 3 and 4. Next step, what is our next step? Take a subtraction of equation number 3 and equation number 4. So what will happen? You will eliminate the term y and you will get an answer for a x. So as per the previous step, subtract the given equation. What we have to do? Subtract the given equation 3 and 4. So subtracted third equation from a fourth. So what will happen? This initially look into that, or so outside the bracket, so minus is there. So what will happen? This minus will interact with this second equation, fourth equation. So as per the previous case, inversion of sign which just takes place. So this minus it will interact with the a2b1x, and a2b1x is a, initially it is a positive term, and because of this minus, sign inversion which just takes place, and this becomes minus. Similarly, this term which is also positive, here is a printing mistake, so let's assume this is plus and यहाँ पे भी plus हो जाएगा. Now what will happen? So because of minus, this becomes negative, this becomes negative, and this also becomes negative. So simplify this, a1 b1 minus b1 b2y minus b1 b2y, they will cancel with each other. Now what is the remaining terms? a1 b2x, a2 b1x, c1 b2 and c2 b1. Now simply subtract this. So what will happen? a1 b2 minus a2 b1. So we get an answer, a1 b2 minus a2 b1 into x. What we did, just took a x, we take a x common and just we mentioned like this. Now just subtract this and this, so c1 b2 minus c2 b1. So c1 b2 minus c2 b1. Now what is our target? We want a value of x, so simply just keep x at the right side and migrate this whole bracket to the left side. So what will happen? It is now here it is a multiply. After migration it goes to the just assume it is a numerator. After the migration it goes to the denominator. So we get a new term, x is equal to c1 b2 minus c2 b1 divided by a1 b2 minus a2 b1. So this is the value, okay, which we this is the value for x1 or value of x. Now similarly what we have to do, we have to calculate the value of y. So for that what we have to do, eliminate the value of, just like as the previous one, eliminate the value of x, so you will get a y. So let's revise this. क्या करना, what we have to do, simply to find the value of y, okay, so we have to eliminate x. So we have to eliminate x, and for that, so we have to multiply the first equation. Let's go back to the cramers rule. So here so look into that, this is first and this is second equation. So to eliminate, what we have to do, now we are finding a value of x. Now we are finding a value of x. Already we done with x. Now we have to find a value of y. Now, so what is our target? So we have to eliminate this x. So answer is, we want to convert this equation in a such a way that your answer is 0x. So for that what we have to do, so multiply first equation by a2 and multiply second equation by a1, and then you will get a new equation which is a1 a2x plus a2 b1y is equal to a2 c1, and here we get a a1 a2x plus b2 a1y is equal to a1 c2. Clear है? So here we get a a1 a2, here is also we get a a1 a2. Now this subtract these two equations, so you will get a value of y. Okay, so likewise we have to solve this and we have to find the value of y. So likewise after the simplification, you will get a value of y is nothing but a1 c1. So this is the value of y. So whatever the method right now I told you, we have to go through this method, and by solving this all you will get an answer. Y is equal to a1 c2 minus a2 c1 and a2 divided by a2 b2 and a2 c1. Okay. Now, so this is the value of x and this is the value of y. Simply Cramer converted this formula into the determinant form. So what they did, so if you solve this, okay, or if you solve the value of determinant is nothing but this term. So answer of this determinant is value of this term. Okay, so that's why, so they represented, instead of this, the Cramers which converted into the determinant form, so this is also they converted it to the determinant form. Clear? And this numerator is nothing but determinant of x, and denominator we call it as a d. So the formula for x is equal to dx upon d, and for the value of y is equal to dy upon d. Okay, so what is the mean of dx, what is the mean by d, what is the value for dy, and what is the value for d? So for that, so keep in mind, though this is these are the values, or these are the determinants for the d, dx and dy. So somehow, if you want to keep in mind with a short trick, so write down d is equal to, write down ab. Okay, next one dx. Okay, dx is equal to cb, and dy is equal to, just write down ac. Okay, so we have to keep in mind d is equal to ab, dx is equal to cb, and dy is equal to ac. Okay, so therefore determined a1 b1, a2 b2. Similarly, dx is nothing but c1 b1 c2 b2, and dy is nothing but a1 a2 c1 c2. Clear? So likewise we have to think, keep in mind d is equal to ab, dx is equal to cb, and dy is equal to ac. Clear? So this is the value of d, a1 a2 b1 b2, dx c1 c2 b1 b2, and y a1 a2 c1 c2. So similarly, just right now we explain this is the value of x, and alternately we write it x is equal to dx upon d, y is equal to dy upon d. So this is all about the Cramer's formula or Cramer's rule, and we prove that we determine the values, what is the mean by d, what is mean by dx, and what is mean by dy, and by applying d and dx, d and dy, we get a value of x, and we will find a value of x and y by using this formulas. So let's move to the next point. So these are the shortcuts that we have to keep in mind. So Cramer's rule means we are dealing with this three formulas: d, dx, dy, and x and y. Clear? Whenever we are solving this example, so that time we are using this total 1 2 3 4 5 formulas to find the value of x and y. So that's why in this whole point, these examples are very very important. So keep in mind, always we have to solve the simultaneous equation by Cramer's rule, we are using this formulas. Now let's move to the few examples. So first of all, let's see, this is the one example which is given to you, or this is the one activity. We have to complete the activity. So to solve the simultaneous equation, determine the to solve the simultaneous equation by a determinant method and fill in the blanks. So whatever the empty spaces are there, so we have to put the values in that empty spaces. Clear hai? Chalo. So first write down, first equation is y plus 2x minus 19 is equal to 0 and 2x minus 3y plus 3 is equal to 0. Actually, you know that. So first and most important thing is that we have to compare this equation with ax plus by is equal to c, and this we call it as a standard form of equation. What is that? This is standard form of equation in two variable. So now let's convert this equation, and after the conversion we get a equation is 2x minus plus y is equal to 19, and we get second equation is 2x minus 3y is equal to minus 3. Okay, now first of all what we have to do, just find out the value of a1, a2, b1, b2, c1, c2. Let's assume it here. Let's just 1 minute. So write down the values. What is the value? a1 is equal to 2, a2 is equal to 2, b1 is equal to 1, b2 is equal to minus 3, and c1 is equal to 19, and c2 is equal to minus 3. Okay, and we have to solve this equation. So as per the formula, so first of all put a formula and then try to solve it. So we know that d is equal to ab, and the formula is a1 a2 b1 b2. So write down determinant. So we know that a1 a2, so a1 is also 2, a2 is also 2. Now b1 b2, b1 is 1, b2 is minus 3. Clear hai? Now let's multiply this 2 into minus 3 minus of 2 into 1. So 2 3s are 6. Okay, so first of all we have to solve this. So 2 3s are 6, and there is a minus sign, so your answer is minus 6. Now here is a minus and 2 1s are 2, so 6 minus 6 minus 2. So write it minus 6 minus of 2. So your answer is minus 8. Chalo. Next thing is that let's solve this dx. So dx is nothing but c1 c2 b1 b2. So the value of c1 c2 c1 c2 19 3, and b1 b2 1 minus 3. So now multiply this 19 into minus 3 and 1 into 3. Clear hai? So multiply 19 multiplied by minus 3 minus 3 multiplied by 1. So first of all solve this. 19 threes are so 57, and because of that minus you will get a 19 multiplied by minus 3 is equal to minus 57. Now there is another one term is that 1 multiplied by 3, so 57 minus 3. Now your answer is 57. So the minus minus is there, so minus sign is just take a common and add this two number, so we get a minus 60 is the answer. So likewise we have to complete this activity. So to find a value of d, dx and similarly dy, then afterwards we have to calculate the value of x and y. Okay, so next point, as per the previous one, okay, just we will continue. So next on the next page, the half part of this equation is here. So dy is nothing but, so we know that formula for dy. So what is the formula for dy? So dy is equal to AC. So 2 to 19 minus 3, 2 and 19 minus 3, so 2 to 19 minus 3. So we have to write like this, 2 to 19 into minus 3. Now simplify this two equations. So put a first of all 2 multiplied by minus 3. So multiply this, take a multiplication of this two number minus multiplication of these two numbers. So write down here minus into bracket 19 into 2. So we know that. So first of all we have to solve this. So minus 3 2s are, obviously we get a minus 6. Minus 3 2s are minus 6. So minus as it is, 19 2s are 38. So now simplify this, minus 38 minus 6. So minus minus, okay, just keep as it is and add this 38 plus 6. So 4 1, this is around 44. So your answer is minus 44. Okay, now simplify. So we get a value of x, sorry, dx, value of dy, and we get a value of d. So this all the values that we have to put in this formula to get a value of x and y. Okay, so first of all write down what is the value of dx. So go back and check it, what is the value of dx. Okay, it's a minus 60. And value of y. Now put a value of dx and d in this equation and calculate the value of x as well as y. Similarly, so here is also the activity which is given to you, complete the following activity. So likewise what we have to do, just assume it, this is first equation, let's assume it this is a second equation. Now calculate the value of a1, a2, b1, b2, c1, c2. Now put the value in this determinant. So d is nothing but a1, a2, b1, b2, and simplify this equation. and whatever the value is there, just calculate and write it here. Similarly, we know that dx is equal to c1 c2 and b1 b2. Similarly, write down value of y, a1 a2 c1 c2, and put a value or answer there. And similarly, just by the formula of x is nothing but dx upon d. Okay, so whatever the value of dx, put it here, value of d just you put here and find the value of x. Similarly, dy upon d, so calculate the value of dy upon d and put here, so you will get a value of x and value of y, and this is the solution for this activity. Okay, so I hope you will solve this as a practice or as a homework. Now let's move to the second one. So this is the exercise, that is 1.3. so there are some examples already given to you. Just find the or fill in the blanks or correct the numbers or fill in the blanks. Second one, find the value of following determinants. So by the previous one method, cross multiplication method, or just like this we have to solve this. So, and next thing is that, so these are the few examples which is already given to you. So 3x minus 4y is equal to 10, 4x plus 3y is equal to 5. So what we have to do, just solve this equation by a determinant method. Means the previous one method, just find the value of, let's find a value of a1 a2 b1 b2 c1 c2. Then next step is just find the value of d. Okay, what is the value of d? a1 a2 b1 b2, put value and so get answer. Next one, dx is nothing but c1 c2 b1 b2, and third one, dy is equal to a1 a2 c1 c2. So likewise, find these values, put it in this equation and find the value of d, dx and dy, and put these values in this formula. So dx upon d, y is equal to dy upon d. Okay, so in the next video we will solve the exercise which is based on Cramer's rule. Now this is the end of the session, and once again thanks for watching.